MCU is now entering the multiverse with Spider-Man Far From Home. There seems to be a lot of stuff going on in this movie, and honestly, the multiverse is something we speculated right after we were talking about, Endgame and the results, and it's like, oh wow, they're actually going to do it. Like, and remember, Kevin Feige said multiple times, you're not ready for what, we're doing next. So I guess this is what they're doing next. Like,
well, here's the thing, like, it's not like this is being introduced here. We had Doctor Strange.
Yep.
So we've known the multiverse exists, the same like we know that this is 616 and not 1999 because that was established in the Dark World. But I don't know, it's a very slippery door or slope that they've made here. So they got to be careful because you can't just have everyone come in through this. But
right, because that cheapens the effects of the MCU then, right? Like, it's like you can bring in a few characters through the multiverse, that's fine. But if you're suddenly like, all right, we're bringing in literally all the X-Men from another universe, it's like, dude, that's the cheapest cop-out I've ever seen. Like, that's just lazy writing.
That's basically what the people on Twitter want. They said the multiverse, we can add, the X-Men, we can add, the Fantastic Four, all the characters that we want, they don't have to go away.
See, that's the only thing. The only one that would work is Fantastic Four.
Yup.
Yeah.
Because then you start their movie off in their universe and then they end up in ours.
Exactly.
That's the only way it can work. The X-Men, like, no, you need to see those, like, get fully realized in our universe or this one, not a different one than coming over.
Well,
like that's just...
Armin and I had our discussion about Spider-Man once the Far From Home trailer came out, and we sat there and we agreed. Like, Fantastic Four, it can be its own because, hey, Reed is the reason why we had the zombies within the service or in the comics. But they could potentially have more mutants show up, not some of the core member ones, but have more of the mutants show up, and that's why now we're like, okay, well, why do we have mutants now? Oh, wait, we have always had these mutants, but now we have a influx of more of them, maybe more powerful ones, like ones that are like, oh, well, now I don't know what to do. This isn't my world. Now that creates more of a villain for the particular type of X-Men to go through and have.
Maybe you 50-50, and maybe, I mean, if Mysterio's from, another multiverse, maybe that's how you bring in a few X-Men villains or something. Like, maybe that's probably how you do Deadpool, right? Like, that's the key to him, and maybe he brings over a villain into the MCU with him, but then you establish, there's already been mutants, in the core MCU, and here's how we're dealing with them now that these multiverses and fractions in time or whatever the hell's happening. So it's like,
they open the door like to set up the mutants in this anyway. Like Sam Jackson Nick Fury being like, the snap, it tore a hole. Like, what else did it do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just say Beck isn't lying about everything, which why would he be lying about a different universe, even though Sam Jackson says it? But, like, that could be the reason why they start popping up.
Yeah.
It's like the Celestials came down, they tinkered with everything, gave people the X gene, it lay dormant for this many years, snap, activates it.
Yep. Yeah, the possibility's all there, and the thing with the multiverse now is it opens up so many different directions they can go in. Like, they don't have to kind of like play with the laws of the MCU, how they've established them, Like, they could just be like, we can do whatever the hell we want. Like, it's kind of refreshing that they don't have to necessarily stick to this strict timeline and everything. It's just be like, I don't know, let's go to 70s. Maybe it's in the multiverse, then we'll affect this one when we come back. It's like, I don't know, they could literally do whatever they want, and it's kind of exciting just to have that idea there. It's like, sure, we'll bring in Deadpool. Cool. We don't need an explanation. Multiverse, done. Like,
you have to be careful with that, though, because then you get the no stakes arguments. Like, if you're always going to go back to a different reality, then our one's not got a threat. So it's a very wobbly line. You got to walk on it. But.
Maybe that's also how we get Shang-Chi.
Maybe
could possibly be. Yeah.
Because you can sit there. We can have the movie talk about his life and what he was doing prior, and then turn around and be like, oh, well, now he got ripped from his world and now he's stuck here in our world, and from there.
And that's the thing, you never know now how they could do it, and it's kind of interesting, like, with Eternals obviously coming down the road, that can clearly paint a better picture for us, I think. I think that'll be like a major kickoff to what's happening with everything, multiverse and all that, so it's going to be a good time to like 3 or 4 years from now when we get the idea of where they're going and what they're doing. And who do you think they bring in first? Like, what multiverse franchise goes first?
Hopefully, Fantastic Four.
Damn it, Shay, you're not getting zombies.
I know I'm never gonna get my zombies. Maybe a TV show. Maybe that'll be one of the what ifs.
I mean,
I'd be happy with that.
That'd be kind
Doing
of cool.
R-rated animated Marvel Zombies on Hulu.
Well, they were developing a script for Marvel Zombies as an animated film at one point, so I mean,
bring it back. Why not?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why not?
I love it. I have all the comics and I've read them all.
All right, there, edgelord.
Actually, there's one thing they could bring from this multiverse stuff is if there's a multiverse, that means the Superflow exists. Which means you could bring in the Beyonders from that way, or you could introduce like Living Tribunal and make like the abstracts more of a thing, and go that.
Let's drop Living Tribunal in there and completely OP the universe. That's.
But it's okay. He just stands around and watches.
He literally, that's all he does. So yeah.
Give me the Tribunal, Marvel.
I wonder if we'll get a little bit more about what the Watchers are. And
that'd be kind of cool.
We have them because like, the only time we've ever seen them was one of Stan Lee's credit scenes. So it's like, wait, we know they exist.
That'd be kind of cool.
Them and maybe like they're the ones who explain what the heck is going on with our world.
I want a movie that just drops 5 minutes of exposition on us, like, oh yeah, sit down and get ready to strap in for what's happening right now. It's just like somebody telling a story, you know. It's like
we could also do Galactus properly.
Yes,
you can just say that his multiverse died and then he came over.
Right, like
I know it's not the same as like he's the survivor of the previous universe, but you can kind of fandangle it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they've done with most of these things. So it's like, why not? Just do what you will with it, as long as it makes sense and the character, I guess, stays true to his core, which there's a part of me that says, like, does Galactus need to be more complex than dude eats planets? Like,
no.
Probably not.
No, but I think to make the movie better, you should do it.
So
like, don't just have like a mindless guy walking around the space. You know, actually give him a reason and everything.
So then you explore kind of like the whole what was his name? Galen, was it? Or I can't remember.
It was something like that.
Yeah,
obviously that works into Galactus now.
It was birthed from an egg. It's been a while, but yeah, complex stuff there. So
birthed from an egg.
Look, it's a complex story, Shay. Galactus was an egg, and then
you know you gotta say what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Galactus.
Celestials came before everything.
Yep.
That's really interesting.
Or a celestial chicken.
That's
celestial chicken. Oh,
that's exactly what Galactus will be. Oh man,
those are ridiculous.
We're on point. So I guess that'll end that discussion.